So here we go again. Once again, technology is advancing, and in this case, for the better. So over the years, people have always been bellyaching, hoping and praying that they can get something that was a T-harness solution, so that way they could just simply do a factory integration add-on remote start, or something if they were going to get an aftermarket system, either a keyless remote start upgrade, standalone system, or a full-blown alarm and remote start without doing a ton of wiring. Now, of course, in previous days, you would have to have obviously a big module, lots of plugs. This one here is a 26-pin harness. Of course, then you have all these heavy gauge cables for your ignition, power, accessory, starter, the works. Okay, so you would wire up something like this, have the remote kit, because I'm talking about Compustar products, of course, right here today. And in most cases, a separate bypass module, as well as a loader. Right here I'm using an iDatalink OL loader, which is the same thing as a Compustar ADS USB. And this one, I'm going to take a second to talk about because it's worth talking about in this video. One end USB to the computer, and the other half has a 4-pin plug, which would plug into either the bypass module, or in this case, the whole remote start system and bypass in one. Wow. Okay, so let's start from the start. Now, like I was mentioning before, or what you're currently doing is you're getting a brain, which is your starter or alarm and starter, your bypass kit, your remote kit, and if you were adding on other peripherals like an iPhone or a drone kit, of course you'd have the phone. Now, what Compustar has done, very much how like Omega has done, which I did a review on if you're interested, is now you have this one box, which is basically the say all and do all for the remote start and alarm, depending on the functionality. I'm going to show you a screenshot of the functionality and what it works with, how it works, and how to install it online. Now, this piece, for instance, this here is an FO1 module, an FTFO1. Okay, these are made by iDatalink for Compustar. Everything T-harness. T-harness. There's your main ignition. Connect all you can. High, can low. Diagnostics. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plugs, including the 2 that go into here. This little guy is the RF decoder, which is going to do your transponder bypass. Everything you need is right here in front of you. Now, you can utilize this with a factory transmitter. Hit lock 3 times. Start the vehicle with your existing factory transmitter, or get something like this. This here is a one-way, it's a new system that they came out with. It replaced the one-way MS, which is an RF1WG6 AM. This is their AM system. The remote's now much nicer, much cleaner looking. Good job on the remotes. Those other ones were getting, tired looking. Now, you can add this system for extended range along with any one of these kits. Right now they're limited. There's a GM10, an FO1, I have a GM7, and over here is the GM2. So they're pretty much going for all the money makers. Right now you got the Ford, the GMs. I'm sure that they're going to be following with, much more broader functionality and more firmware, because these are all firmware based. They also have made already the Mercedes-Benz kits. Not a huge seller because they're so dang expensive. $500-600 or more just for one of those kits. But, it's a Mercedes. And Mercedes should be expensive. If you can afford a Mercedes, you can afford a fancy remote start. So, like I was saying, this is it. I mean, this is the future, people. These are the 4 kits that we have currently in stock. Haven't tried one out yet, but I can only assume that it's going to do the same exact functionality that they've always done, just much more easier. I mean, if I had to ballpark it, I would say anybody who has some mild experience utilizing, an iDatalink loader, knowing how to put firmware onto a module, can easily get one of these systems done under an hour. That's pretty fair to say. Now, the drone. Again, that's a telematics plug that would plug directly into these modules. So, again, cutting out and eliminating all the hard wiring. Everything you need is ready right here. Just plug it in. Plug and play deal. As far as the loader goes, I was advised that you need to have version 6.3 installed on your machine in order to utilize that and update these systems. So I'm going to cut this off and I'm going to show you a screenshot of how the install goes on these.